So today I want to talk about train your children, go back to intentional parenting. Again, the title will be train your children, go back to intentional training, parenting. All right? And I speak to you today not as a content creator, for those of you who already know, not someone who is looking for clicks or likes, but as a mother. This is part of my calling. As a mother, a believer, it doesn't matter Christian or Muslim, and as a voice for truth and legacy. So let me say this clearly and with love, of course, and respect. If you do not train your children by intentionally teaching them the true value of your beliefs, your culture, and your traditions, listen, no matter where they are born, then please do not blame them later. You have no right to blame them later. Children don't raise themselves. You know that. I often tell my children, this is our home. The house cannot be clean. If you do not clean this house will not be clean. So because house cannot clean itself. Correct? So the word is not silent. So no matter how you think it, the word is not silent. It's loud with options. There are so many options out there. Trends, influences, ready to shape your child's identity if you do not step in first. I'm telling you. For people who are afraid to say certain things because you think it's not necessary or it's not okay, don't worry. If they hear it somewhere outside, it will stick if you don't say it first. I have boys. Let me tell you. Maybe I'm too parenting, but I'm just intentional because I was trained that way. My mom intentionally trained me and I took it hard and I took it seriously. So I'm training my children as such. As a result, I'm teaching you the word out there for whoever have ears who wants to listen, that you have to be intentional about training your children. If my boy laugh, and I don't think it's the right way to laugh, I'm telling him right away, I'm like, no, that's girly. You cannot laugh like that. If you do things in a certain way, I'm like, no, that's not how men behave. This is how men behave. I'm telling them. I'm not shy about it. I'm shaping them because I do not want the world to shape them for me. So as a mother, we are the trainers, okay? So get that. If you're a woman, you are the trainer of your children, the one who laid the foundation. If your children are going to be respecting their father, it comes from you. You, the mother, you are the one who is going to lay that foundation, whether it's a boy or it's a girl. I'm telling you today. So as a father, you are the buffer. You are the buffer. Okay? Women are the people who lay the foundation. Just be clear about that. And as a father, you are the buffer, the one who ensure the children listen, feel safe, that's safety, and take instruction seriously. That is where we need the father, to making sure that the children take that instruction that you as a mother has laid down as a foundation seriously. Together, you as a man and a woman, you build a home where truth is lived out every day. I have seen where people are fake. So they do not know what to teach their children because their life is fake. Even among my family, I have seen that. where some of them live fake life with them and their wife, and I can see that they have nothing to train their children because you are living a fake life. If you live a fake life, there's really nothing you will teach your children. All right, so it is very important to live your truth. Now let us back it up with scripture. Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. I cannot quote this enough because this is our foundation. It's not always easy. Children will argue, especially the children that are born here, home and abroad. And I think that even Nigerian children that are born abroad now are more cultured than the ones that are born at home, because I see what they do on social media. They try to mimic what is happening in abroad. That's not what is happening in abroad. Because here, as Nigerians, I'm telling you now, we're on top of our game with our children. We don't fail to remind them where we come from. We don't fail to tell them how many miles that we travel. We don't fail to tell them why and how they must do better than us. I don't fail to tell them. I, for one, don't fail to tell my children, I was 12 years when I started knowing what I want and how I fought hard. So you have everything going for you. You cannot afford to miss it. I tell them over and enough. So I think wherever the children are born, if you know who you are, if you stand your truth, your children will stand with you. Listen, it was just some 2 years ago, my son, who is in second year in college, said to me that ever since I know you and dad and I grew up, all you do is to be in the computer. It's not only that we are telling them, they see it. We're in the computer doing school or working or going to work and coming back to computer. It's like, my God, when will you even give us some time in between computer? So that's why when we're in the car with them, I know that for sure. My husband cannot take us. You need to stop, because they will stop him. They're like, no, this is not this is family time. Children learn by what they see. So let me address something I have seen too often. Some parents homeschool their children or shield them with church activities, thinking that's enough. But if you only expose them to your kitchen and a few Sunday school lessons without letting them face the real world, where other kids express themselves feeling, you rob them of the chance to compare, discern, and choose value with conviction. So keeping your children at home, say, oh, you want to homeschool them and then take them to church and Sunday school. You are wasting your time, because you are not actually allowing them to express themselves and see other children and see the other way. It should be the other way around. Home church them. All right? And allow them to go to real school, public school. It doesn't have to be private school. You don't need to spend that money unless otherwise your child qualifies for it, and end it. Let them interact. Let them observe. Let them see the differences between what you have taught them at home, and train them again, not in fear, but in wisdom. Because when you do that you are homeschooling them and then taking them to church, you are making them to live in fear. They cannot interact. All right? They cannot interact. They will not know the teachings that they have received and the teachings of other children are receiving from their parents. So they cannot differentiate that. Listen, when I was growing up, the way they taught us, my father told us that when we see other children behaving, immediately we will understand why he trained us. And it's true, because even as a young girl growing up, when I see other girls behaving, I'm like, what? Why are they behaving like this? Because it's odd. I immediately will notice that this is what they're doing is wrong. And that's how we train our children, regardless of where we born them, right? Here in the US. When they see other kids, my other son called me in his first year in college and told me, thank you, mom. Thank you, mom. Like, what happened? He said, because I cannot see how you trained us. People are doing all sorts of things in school, and some are not able to say no. But he is able to know where to go and where not to go. And he's also able to say no clearly. That is the training our children need. When they know that basic training, they can connect directly with God. They will, because they know what is right from what is wrong. So